myself. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Rise of Nyarlathotep, where we have horrific monsters and giants farming people, and everything's okay. Before we dive into this very wholesome tale, let's just go around the table and introduce ourselves. My name is Lucas. My pronouns are he, him, and I will be your dungeon master for the evening. Ian.
I was about to follow up with like a weird laugh, but I just ended up kind of covering up the burp instead. Hi, everybody. I'm Ian. My pronouns are he, they. I play Weary, pronouns they, them. And Weary is the artificer tiefling who is, just carrying around the immortality juice, the Sunny D, if you will, in their backpack, but is trying to make sure the formula is perfect so that before they can drink it. So keep an eye out for when I decide to do that, probably in a moment where I do not intend to.
Wow, that's actually good to hear. Meg.
Hey, I'm Meg. How do I do this again?
Name, character, pronouns. You're good.
Hi, I'm Meg. My pronouns are they and she, and I get to play our favorite socially anxious druid, Allura, whose pronouns are they, them. And here's my little safety bear for tonight, because I don't trust Lucas.
Yeah, no, that's going to be bad. I heard yesterday that Ian wants to avoid teeth, so I will avoid. I rewrote an entire monster just for you, Ian.
I was like, I'll be fine with it, but if you see me squirming, I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm squirming.
Oh no, it was gonna be bad.
Oh no,
Jess.
Hey, real cool of you. Thanks, Lucas.
Yeah, I'm Jess. My pronouns are she, her. I will be playing the Glyph, the Automata rogue. Their pronouns are they, them, and they smartly split the party last time. Go me.
Eve.
Hello, I'm Eve, and I am playing the telekinetic goblin super soldier TK37. Both the pronouns are she, her, and I'm probably gonna do something really stupid today.
That's the best kind of idea there is. Jason.
Hey, I'm Jason. I'm playing Gutak, the Simply Superb Blumerian Bard. We're both he, him, and I'm going to try to trump Eve and TK and doing something even stupider. So we'll see how that goes.
I'm so damn excited. I feel like I don't even have to do what I was going to do. All right. Few things. Happy New Year. It's 2022. 2021 was weird, but 2020 was worse. So, I mean, I'll take it. So here we are. 2022, brand new year, full of possibilities and terrible creatures that I will throw at this party. Thank you all for supporting us and enjoying this horrific ride, but I'm about to take it up a little bit. The music and effects are from Sirenscape, so if you too want your place to have someone kind of lightly humming and hawing in your ear, then head on over to Sirenscape. You can even activate a few sound effects for someone to loudly scream at you the price of pigs. Super fun. If you want to go play games like this with your friends, you want to have some tabletop games, maybe you just want to, they even have like a looking for group options, and because you're like, oh, to hell with that, head on over to Roll20, our sponsors. What? Speaking of sponsors, what? Yeah, what? We got something crazy. What? So, from our sponsors, we've been given some promo codes. Oh my god, promo codes. But what could it be of? Let me pull up this tab on my laptop off to my left. It's my work computer. It has a lot of work things that I should be working on, but I didn't. So, what we got, we have some promo codes for Strixhaven. But Lucas, what's Strixhaven? Glad you asked. As I Google it, no, I'm just kidding, I looked at it earlier. Strixhaven is a whole setting, even has a campaign with it that are the 4 years of like going through this magical high school. You play a student, you see wild stuff, you wonder, what have I done? Ian trying to hold up a book, I think it's Strixhaven.
I have Strixhaven, it's right here.
There you go. We have promo codes for this entire damn book, plus awesome art that you get to use on Roll20. Wow. And what are we going to do? We got 2 promo codes, so show up at next week's game. Really going to want to be there. And as long as you're following us on Twitch and you're typing in the chat, because I have a little list, we'll have people monitoring that, then we will enter you into the contest, and at the end of the session, pull your name up, bam! You got free stuff. That's like, I think it's like $60 worth of stuff, so rad as hell. You don't have to buy that. Play through Magical High School with your friends. Make your own cool Magical High School. Don't worry about the other one out there that's, turfs and shit. Don't worry about that. Play cool stuff. All right, so now that we got that going on, Strixhaven raffle, a lot of words happening from my mouth. Let's get a recap. So, last time, Dungeons and Dragons. Ooh. Our characters had faced against Weary's consequences. It was a hellhog, basically something from the Sonic the Hedgehog Deviant Art Circle that was pulled into existence, and the characters had to fight it in the Warped Woods. After having a throwdown with this creature and basically cutting off one of its limbs and gutting it and stuff, the party won. Hooray! They went off to go have a short rest and carried on to the Giant's Village. A lot of stuff going on in this Giant's Village. They see these 4 massive buildings, and they have like smoke coming from the chimneys. They see there's like this little farm set up. Allura decides, I'm going to talk to one of these siphonites. These people have tentacles hanging out of their mouths that end in large syringes, and they have like color drained out of them. All their hair's gone, just like drawn out face. So Allura climbs up a tree, gets some blood put into them, and has a conversation with the siphonite, learning that they are created by the giants and they are viewed as pets but can find a way to free themselves. Allura gets one to lead Glyph. Glyph hops on over, realizes the farm is Siphonite Farm. People are being turned horrifically into these creatures through a metamorphosis that is very unkind. Glyph then walks past this newfound trauma that Glyph gets to experience and never forget because they're an automata unless they go back to the Feywilds, and travels on over to see the giant chieftain is standing there over the hedgehog, just beating this thing. It's already dead. Why are you doing that? It doesn't know. So you see this giant chieftain beating this hellhog. You make the siphonite known what you're doing, and then you take a look back and you realize that the siphonite is looking at the drop of life. Am I peeking? Probably. My bad. I'll turn myself down a little bit. Okay, so that's where we are. I'm going to explain the map a little bit because more stuff has been added.
Lucas, we're still black on roll 20, by the way.
That's weird.
The fog of war is thick today.
I shan't accept.
Yeah, it's impenetrable even with dark vision.
But I have dark vision.
I've got really good dark vision.
Yeah,
I have fog of war turned off.
Oh, weird. Maybe I
Are we
don't
on
know
the right
what's
screen?
Yeah, we might be on the wrong screen.
Players are on. All right, so we'll switch you there, and then I'll bring you back. Maybe it's just some funky stuff going on.
No, I don't see anything.
Blankety blank.
Sweet. This is gonna make this.
Us, we're fighting the void.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since I farted around with it.
It's been a bit, but
Waiting
true
for
fight.
the Dark Blade commentary.
All right, it's
Nothing like the void in my heart.
I'll try turning on fog of war and then revealing the map. Oh, did it work now?
No.
Huh.
Oh.
Welcome to technical difficulties on Twitch. All right. Well, that's weird.
I could see a line.
I can see a flying line.
I can see it as well.
That's a vector.
That's me. That's me. I'm just fussing. I'm just fussing with stuff now because it's cool because in the stream I can see the map Lucas has available for us, but
this is the
very
most
small.
fun. All right. We're gonna have to play this a little by ear because I don't know why this is happening. I turned on the stuff. Let's put someone on daylight mode. All right.
I saw it for just a second.
Oh, all right.
You did something right.
Can you?
It went away, but we had it.
All right, wait. Damn it. We're getting there. We're almost there, everyone.
A glimpse of what could be.
We don't have anything yet. This is the most fun part about Roll20. You're like, but Lucas, you can't even get it working. Fair. That is a fair thing to say to me. Okay, what?
This is just kind of dumb. So, like, I mean, you can. I remember farting around on it. There's a lot of options, so it's easy to get lost in one of the options.
Are we just on the wrong layer? I know there's like layers.
Well, they should all be
Ogres are like onions.
Roll20 maps are.
Yeah, can we just like fight Shrek today? Can that just be a thing?
Can we not do that? Because you know Lucas is gonna fuck it up.
I feel like the giant is a Shrek if you think about it.
You know, I am a huge fan of Lord Farquaad. All right, can you say anything now?
No.
Oh, so. All right, you're gonna have to use theater of mind while staring.
Wait! I see something. It's really
a little
dark.
section towards the top is kind of gray.
That was weird.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's kind of spooky looking.
What in oblivion is this?
I feel like I've just like gone onto a new website in the 90s that's not cached.
I want at least 6
That's
dancing baby
loading for us
gifts.
right now.
And I need angel fire text.
I'm gonna post a picture of this in the Discord.
When is this happening?
I'm fine with theater of the mind.
All right, we're gonna go with theater of the mind because I've already spent 5 minutes on this. Check out Ballad 7 Dice on Twitter. Yeah, you can find us at @Ballad7Dice. Turn this on
Because I can see the map. It's just really dark. So I mean, it's working for what your purposes are right now.
Yeah, you know, in terms of vibes, like
like
it's the
it's
proper vibe.
There we go.
I don't know what I did. No, I don't want to enable fog of war.
Why is that there?
Yeah, check out Ballad 7 Dice on Twitter. @Ballad, the number 7, then dice. Cool. Now that we're here, I will explain this map. All right. Okay, so we have up here, we have TK, we have Alora, we have Weary, we have Kratok. We have over here, Blue Giant. Down here is Red Giant. So this is the giant that Glyph saw when going through the farm, and it's sitting outside the farm right now. This is the giant that noticed your tracks and is starting to track you, but it hasn't noticed you yet. You're all still hidden. Down here, at the side of a building, we have Glyph, we have a Siphonite, we have a giant chieftain just having a good time.
Yeah, I can see it. Looks like he's dancing.
Yeah.
He's jamming out.
Yeah, huge Grease fan. So we'll go up here. We are going to start off with the 4 of you. So you are up there. You see this giant. It's, like 20 feet tall. It's just crouched over, looking down at your tracks. You see worms are falling from underneath its cloak onto the ground as it's looking down. This haggard-looking face is like sniffing the air while peering through this forest. You're all kind of crouched around some large rocks, and so you know the giant hasn't spotted you yet, but it does see your tracks. What would the 4 of you like to do?
So, TK is just going to grab the 2 closest to her and pull them down. Be like, "Fuck."
So you grab Kratok and you grab Alora and just drag them down.
Yep.
Weary will duck in posterity with everybody.
So this is radically against what I had hoped for planning purposes. So we're just gonna have to wing it. Got a basic idea of what I want to do here. Okay, so I'm gonna need the 3 of you to hide.
Okay.
I will draw the giant away. I need you to sneak in behind me while they're all focused on me. Okay?
Ooh. All right.
And just be ready to quietly keep me alive.
I wanted to ask a question, but I feel like it's at odds with what you need to do. I was going to increase your size, so if you needed to, you could go more toe-to-toe with the giants.
You'll know when.
Oh, well, you know what? It's a 30-foot range if I can, get a good baseball swing going. That's not a real sport. If I can get a good Dragon Ball swing going, I can hit you with this flask, so you should be fine. Just let me know when.
Lucas just held up an S hand.
I tried to do a Z
Oh.
because he said Dragon Ball.
Oh.
Where was I? Alright. And if it looks like I'm going to die, just do whatever to save me, because I really don't want to die.
Yes, I will do that.
Am I clear?
All right, clear.
Alright. Hi.
All right.
So, about
Or
that.
it's not clear.
This is mostly just like a logistic thing that's happening while you're doing this. As you're talking, I start fidgeting, and I'm like getting nervous, and the nervousness kind of gets channeled like the weirdest metaphor, but like in the air. And a storm cloud starts appearing, and like just tornado winding kind of thing. So like the leaves and the trees around the thing are like kind of like it's an attempt at distracting, because you're talking about like distracting. So like that's where my brain is at now.
Oh.
So it's just like gusts of like wind will just keep shaking some trees around. And as you're talking about it, I'm just like, well, why don't you like run over I don't know, like over that way, and like end up like casting Call Lightning and like zapping the ground.
Burning the Call Lightning.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh shit!
What?
Did you just say that out loud?
I didn't call it. It's the way that happens is like it like I'm just like I'm talking to you, and it's while I call, like I'm not aware that I'm causing the magic.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, did you say "oh shit" out loud?
Well, like more muffled, but
Yeah.
Okay.
So I rolled with advantage with the giant, because you're causing a lot of effects to happen in one specific area of these calm dead woods. Weird. I don't need Chrome help. Go away. I'm sure you do. So you hear this giant cautiously now moving towards all of you, and you hear,
I smell you. Come on out.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
Fucking hide.
I take out,
Wow.
having heard him say the smell, what is the baseline smell of this farm?
rot?
Cool. I take out a flask, and I'm going to use my magical tinkering to have the flask just smell like rot to mask our scent.
Okay. Further perception. I will give them disadvantage when trying to find you.
Cool. I'm going to hold on to that, and I guess I'll make 2, and I'll give 1 to TK.
TK just passes it off because she's starting to clamber up onto the rock.
Oh, okay. Good luck.
Yeah, that's right. You can smell me, asshole.
What are you?
I am TK's 37, and I'm here to kick your boss's ass.
All right. Roll me initiative.
God damn it! You couldn't just.
We were doing great. What are you talking about?
I
mean,
you said you were gonna do something stupid. I just didn't do this
You still have a chance to change this from just a regular fight. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah,
right now,
that's kind of the plan for TK.
All right, I got a 20.
Oh, I rolled very badly.
Oh no.
I feel like maybe I should use an inspiration.
we got 2.
2 or 3 in the pot.
All right, let me check.
We're out of stock. I can't buy anymore.
You still have no. There's 2 inspiration right now if you want to use
No,
them.
I know. I was going to buy another one.
Oh,
Oh my god. Well, first I rolled a 2, and then I rolled a 1.
Ah,
Great.
all
that's
right.
not good.
So this is already going to shit because nobody wanted to hide.
We were hiding.
We were hiding. You were the one that jumped on a rock.
Hey, nobody was rolling to hide though.
Technically, everyone else
This
is
thing
still
was
hidden.
about to
I
step
thought
over
we
the
were. I
rock.
thought we were previously hiding. I didn't
Yeah.
realize we had to re-hide ourselves.
No, you're good there. It was more than when the lightning
Oh, I
crackled.
was not aware of that. I wouldn't have jumped over the fucking rock then.
Well,
Oh man,
your position was given away when the lightning crackled and someone
that's fair.
muffle yelled, "Oh shit!" So, TK, what did you get for initiative?
That would be a 5.
Nice, Alora.
I resent that comment. I got an 18.
Don't get me wrong. I love the role playing aspect of that. It was fantastic. But I mean, you are in a giant infested woods at the moment.
It's gonna be great.
Weary.
Wait, I got a 20.
Ooh,
I'm rolling my big dice today.
Kratok.
I got a 12.
All right. Right now, Glyph, you are unaware of what's happening until it starts getting a little louder. Then I'll give you a chance to have a perception check for it. All right. So we start. Oh wow. Okay. We start off with Weary.
All right. Okay, I've created the stink file, so at the very least, I'm not gonna my smell's not gonna give it away. There's a giant dyed red on the map. Is that giant aware of our presence as well?
Not at the moment. Think of each of these squares as basically 20 feet. Because this is a pretty big
so
area.
This place is way bigger.
Yeah.
So, Glyph is way far away, and that
That's
river
right.
is wide.
Yeah.
Or is
The
that a
river
big-
is very shallow, though. So, when you go in there, it's
okay.
maybe midway in your calf.
Ooh, but the minute I walk through it,
So it's waist deep.
Yeah,
For
the minute I
TK,
walk
it's a
through it,
little-
it's immediately gonna give me
So
away.
she'll just
for
throw
salmon
herself
in there.
over it.
All right, I'm gonna send Pesca low to the ground and out to try to. Wait, do I have Pesca activated? I think I turned off. Pesca.
Oh, no, you put Pesca on your arm to make you go
I have
battle
Pesca
mode.
as my I have Pesca as my arm cannon, so I can't send out Pesca. All right, simple enough. I'm going to use some of my latent psionic abilities, and are there any like loose things that would be bad to have shoved in someone's nose?
I mean, there's a lot of rocks and dead wood.
Oh, okay.
No eels.
No eels. Unfortunate. All right. I'm gonna stay low to the ground and move downward on the around the rocks.
Okay.
And as I pass by Alora, I'm gonna be like, that lightning thing, keep it on. I don't know how you're doing it, but keep it on and then aim it at that thing so that it thinks that TK's a super badass.
It's just anxiety, but I'll try.
No, you can direct your anxiety. That's the cool part. You can just say this anxiety, I'm going to use it to defeat my enemies. We'll try it out today. This will be our fun test run.
Weary, roll me a stealth check with advantage because you have cover.
Sure. That advantage is not as helpful as I would like it to be because that is only a.
Well, this giant has
yeah.
disadvantage because of the smell.
Okay, I got a 7.
All right, they got a 2. So,
Oh, jeez. Okay, well, we're fine. Yeah, I'm gonna keep crawling towards the river to try to cross over, but I'm not gonna cross over yet. I'm just gonna low to the ground wait.
are you going to go towards the river, if we see the map, this direction, or are you going, because this is the farm basically here?
Is there any cover in the farm, or is it just people hanging on spikes? I feel like that's very obvious.
It's people, they're draped over ropes with their arms and legs broken.
Okay, I want to steer clear of this giant, so I'm definitely going to move towards the river on that side and kind of take a roundabout sort of situation. Maybe take that tree across.
Okay.
Yeah. So I start moving in that direction. I probably only just make it to the river, given how big you said the squares are.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, having directed some anxiety, hopefully.
Can you move the tokens, or is it?
I can't.
Okay,
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Somewhere
If you
around
ever wanted to
50%.
use Roll20, you hit the little cog, you hit controlled by all players, and then people can start moving tokens.
Cool.
Make sure
Yeah,
that you
I'm gonna
don't do
go
this for
and-
your monsters.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stick around there, and then in terms of spells, I don't want to like pop off with anything too crazy right now. So I am instead, because I'm still holding the stink bottle, I'm going to Mage Hand and drift it over and drop it next to Kratok and Allura so that they can use it to scurry across while having their sense mast.
Okay, cool. So you scurry that way. The giant does not notice you. It's very fixated on TK at the moment. And we go from Weary to Allura.
Okay. Channel the anxiety again, and I'm just gonna be like still kind of trying to like tug TK like by her Achilles flesh, like just by her her tendon, and like just come on down here. He doesn't even know we're here.
The giant definitely sees TK.
I know. I'm hoping he can play. I'm hoping I can play stupid. Come on, get down. It's not too late. And
just like kicking.
and I'm like, fine. And I just like zap kind of in front of the rock to hopefully like blind cover, like just kind of hopefully the light from the stripe is bright enough, and just yank TK off the rock.
Okay, let's see. You're trying to distract the creature. I would say...
Yeah.
Not a lot of skills. I would say either you could do deception or intimidate. Because you could like kind of scare it so like it backs up a couple spaces, giving you time to try to drag TK.
Yeah, let's do the intimidate. Or a 18. Yay, okay.
18. So
Yeah.
this giant, it sees this flash happen and it thinks it's happening from TK. So it looks over at TK surprised, taking the step back.
That's right, asshole.
Wizard.
And from Allura, it goes to Kratok.
Who always revealed themselves? Just TK?
Yeah.
Kratok is going to cast message to talk to this giant. And he just says, "You think that's something? You should see what's behind you right now. You're gonna get got."
Roll me a deception.
That is a lot. Holy cow.
This is not. I'm changing dice.
23.
Yeah, no, I got 6. I have now changed my d20. So, Kratok, you say this, and it then goes to the giant's turn. The giant quickly spins around, not even looking at TK anymore, and just starts swinging this massive club. It has these large pieces of sharp stone on it that are just dragging across the earth as it's smashing down, ripping around, and looking around frantically, trying to see who's there. And you can hear, who all speaks giant? Is it just TK? So I guess to all of you, it would be a strange sounds that it's making. But TK, you can hear it saying,
An army. You brought an army. The chieftain was right.
I don't
and
know what to do with this information yet.
you now see the giant is reaching for a horn on its side. And it goes to TK.
Yeah, I want to telekinetically grab that horn and shatter it.
All right. Roll to push your powers. You're going to be doing a contest with this giant who's going to be using their strength.
Be an 18.
Oh, I never used this book. I bought it and finally get to use it. Simply having a wonderful giant time. All right. Strength. Oh, 17. It's holding on and you're pulling it, and then it starts to crack while it's ripping down, and you rip it out of its hand, and there's so much whiplash on this that you didn't expect it, and you just sail it back and it shatters against a tree behind you.
And DK's just going to take off running directly into the village, straight through the farm.
Okay. So you are running, you just start just running through, you hit this fence, but the areas in between the fence are quite large. You just step right through, and it's like very muddy ground. It doesn't cause you to walk any slower, it's just noticeably muddy, and you see there's all these people slumped over. Their arms and legs are hanging at awkward angles. And you see that some of them are like midway through transforming into these siphonite-like creatures. And the giant now is starting to holler. Glyph, I will give you a perception check.
No. That's only a 12.
It's enough that you can hear something's happening. You don't know what it is, but something's definitely happening.
Okay, I hold my position and wait to see what happens.
Roll me an initiative as you are now joining.
Oh boy. The initiative.
I've got too many books open around me.
That's a 19.
Alrighty, 19. So we go back to the beginning of initiative with Weary.
Now that things have started to get a little crazy, I'm going to basically stay around the edge of the river and try to cross over here, like go through rather than like across, and end up on this little peninsula. And seeing as how TK has made a very, very big distraction, and TK is around, feet squares 20, around 30 feet away, did we discuss a signal, TK? I guess not.
No.
Okay, well, I see you running, and you clearly have the giant's attention, so I'm going to go ahead and get that stuff started. So I'm going to take out a flask, give it a shake, and you see it's like some sort of like weird, like, you can already see like the little bubbles like changing shape inside of the liquid, and then I load it into the Pesca arm cannon and then fire it out, and it just like hits like a spray onto you mostly, TK, and you are hit by an enlarge spell.
So
DK.
This hose of chemicals just sprays down, and it's just raining on you, TK, as you feel your body just starting to grow, your arms, your legs, everything as you're bulking up, and now you are twice your height, I believe it is.
So
Yep,
TK,
so-
you are a small creature normally, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you are now medium, and you double in size, and I want to say something in weight. I don't know how.
I think it's like triple in weight or something.
Yeah. You double size in all dimensions, and your weight is multiplied by 8.
Okay.
So she is 6'4" and
Oh.
123 pounds.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, and you
So
also
she
get
is very tall, very skinny.
Very
yeah, you get
lean.
and you get an extra 1d4 of damage to your attacks, and you get advantage on all strength checks and saving throws.
So TK,
It just screams,
is now
"My
the star of the
bones!"
you're running, and you're like you didn't have to duck under these ropes that people are hung over, and you start growing. You almost clothesline yourself, but like Weary at least made you aware this was going to happen, so you
I
duck
do like a
underneath.
whistle.
So TK, you are growing, and the giant is hollering, and TK, from your vantage, and Weary as well as you, Glyph, you can see the red giant is now getting up out of their chair, and they're looking around like, what the hell's going on? But Glyph, you notice that the chieftain has not noticed yet.
At this point, like, I'm just throwing magic and stuff at TK to make all the giants think TK is some sort of nightmare god goblin come to mess their whole day up.
That's fair.
So yeah, I kind of hope that I can give a signal, like, everyone focus on making TK look very threatening. So I do some hand signs at Kratok. I don't know if they are read correctly at all.
I want from both
just think
Kratok
so,
and
dancing.
Alora. Oh, what the hell is that word? Insight.
All right, that was shit.
Oh no. Yeah, so it's like a butterfly thing. Like
That's a 6.
Fly, you fools. You have 5. So
Yeah,
Weary starts
pointing at
making like
TK,
a
I'm just like-
butterfly, and you're like, it's either metamorphosis or get the fuck out of here, or I don't know what. But Weary's making a butterfly hand signal. It's really up to you how you want to interpret it. Just make sure it is the wrong idea.
And then from there, I'm gonna, lay flat on the ground again and kind of keep moving through like the little marshland area to try to get to the village. So,
Do you want to roll another stealth?
yeah, of course. Thank you for allowing me to roll stealth.
Yeah, you've
that is
distracted them
gonna be-
enough.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 14.
All right, so you're crawling pretty well as you're moving your way towards these massive buildings. This one way different than I thought it was. All right, so we go from Weary to Glyph. What'd you say your initiative was? Was it 17 or 19?
19.
19. All right, Glyph, you are next.
Okay, so something's going on. So I see the Chieftain hasn't noticed, but the guard is getting up. Where am I? Okay. When the guard basically turns around, I want to pull out my phase bow, and I want to step back and shoot him basically very low, just to distract him more. I'm basically trying to confuse him. I'm basically trying to shoot him from an angle where he'd be like, what? Or maybe think he stepped on something.
Okay.
And I can shoot through objects.
Yes.
So shooting through this house and the rocks shouldn't. Ugh.
All right, so roll a range attack.
Yes. The stats for that? Yeah, I do. Yeah. That is a 21.
Hey.
That's a hit.
Okay. So it's nice. It's 7 damage.
So it doesn't seem to do as much damage as you thought it was going to do when you shot it. The arrow sails. You watch as it pulses right through the stone, and it goes, and you do hit like more of the ankle / like foot of the creature as the giant starts looking around. This red giant, like looking like what just happened. You see like some worms are falling onto the ground.
Oh wait, I'm a rogue. Sneak attack gets added to that.
Or true. Oh wait, how far does your sneak attack go?
Oh,
I think
I
might be.
didn't know it had range.
I could be wrong. I could be thinking of a wrong edition of Dungeons and Dragons.
I thought as long as I had advantage or they couldn't see me.
Yes.
Over on hand.
5e sneak attack. Rogue, roll 20. Hey, go to roll 20. You can find out what
Yeah,
your
I got roll
stuff
20.
does.
See how to play a rogue.
Okay, here we go. Sneak attack. Nope, you're good. All right, I'm thinking of a completely different edition. Don't worry about me.
I'm imagining the arrow hits his ankle and he's like, what? And he pulls it out and he shocks him.
Just hurts him so much more.
And he's gonna take, that is 13.
13 on top of the 7?
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
and then
so
I want to, okay.
they react.
And I want a cunning
very
action to
different.
hide again.
Yes, roll a stealth.
Will not know where that came from. Nice. Okay, not bad. That is a 23.
So they're looking around. They don't seem to see you, but they look very frustrated. But they look over and they definitely see TK, who is growing noticeably in the farm.
TK flips them off as she's running.
And this giant, like, just looks stunned and then turns towards the little village.
Intruders. It is I think an orc. It must be an orc.
And so you start hearing, Glyph, you're hearing some sounds from the building that you're standing near. You can hear the other buildings. There are sounds coming from them. We go from Glyph to Alora.
Oh,
Oh, you're
okay, now I
muted.
hear you.
There we go. I got it. Sorry, the button hates me on my mic. As TK is like running away, I'm gonna cast like Thunder Wave, kind of as she steps on the ground.
I think that's
So
near
I'm gonna
you.
I'm gonna like look and watch and be like, oh my god, I think that's what Weary wanted. Okay, and so I'm like, butterfly, oh, wave, okay, and so like I'll time it as like TK's running and as she steps, I'm like
So-
I kind of just like swing, kind of like Tai Chi hands almost, and cause Thunder Wave.
So the good news is, Kurtog, you are out of range of this thunder wave, as the squares are about 20 feet. But thunder wave is centered on you, Alora. So you do this as like TK's running. The blue giant has turned around and is looking towards TK. The red giant's looking towards TK, and these creatures see, and then suddenly the rock just like ripples and some of it shatters off to the silence. They're so confused what's happening as they're looking between the rock and that. Alora, if you're trying to stay hidden, make me a stealth check. They have disadvantage because of Weary's trick.
Ooh, dirty 20.
That's a no-go. So they do not see you, but they are confused as hell. You hear them yelling in giant, but you're not sure. TK, you basically hear them yelling that they're confused. What the hell is going on? Wizards. We're under attack by wizards. Stuff like that. So we go from Alora, you shatter the earth around you, the rock comes, like pieces of it go flying, and it goes to Kratok.
Well, Kratok's gonna start by.
Real quick, Alora, since you were using channel lightning, you can keep zapping things.
Oh,
You can do that every turn until something hits you. At least I'm pretty sure it's a concentration spell.
that's cool. Would you like to use channel lightning on, I guess, the blue giant? Or call lightning. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't see that on the thing.
Call lightning. It is concentration up to 10 minutes. So 60 rounds of battle.
Point being,
But a while,
lets
a long time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you create like a cylinder of like where the storm is kind of localized, and then on each of your turns until you're using the spell, you can use your. Oh, never mind. It takes an action, so I lied. You
Okay,
can't do it because you
but-
use your action for something else.
So
But you
your
can do
next
it later
turn,
if you
yeah.
want. Yeah.
And it's a range up to 120 feet, so that's 6 squares away from you, Alora.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
Yeah,
next
just
turn you can
throw-
fry that giant. Oh, I almost forgot. All right, so this is all happening. You have the shatter of earth. Kratok, it is now your go.
So Kratok's gonna start by kind of repositioning behind this rock a little better.
Mhm.
And he's gonna send another message to the blue giant. He says, "Ha! You're chasing after that orc? Well, it's not even the real threat here. I'm inside your walls."
Oh, roll a deception.
I'm inside your walls.
Killing our dudes.
Just what we needed.
That
Them being
is-
paranoid and looking at everything but TK.
Listen, Kratok got the wrong message from Weary.
I know.
Oh, this is a delightful
Everything is
disaster.
going to shit.
Everything's
You can still-
going
you
the
can still
rando
do
way.
this.
That's a 22.
This giant believes you, and it bellows out loud. You all hear this giant voice. To all of you, it's just
Like, Barakara.
but to TK, you can clearly hear,
They're inside the houses. They're inside the village. Wizards.
so you can now hear the sound of audibly of furniture smashing, windows smashing inside these houses. The chieftain, you notice, Glyph, has stopped beating a dead monster from DeviantArt, is now looking around and it is going to roll a perception. Your stealth was like a 23, I think, was it? Or, yeah. So, I mean, there's very little chance. No, it does not see you. It looks right at the siphonite that's right near you, but it doesn't pay it any mind and just keeps looking around elsewhere. We go from Kratok, who has sent these giants into a fury, to the giants themselves. So, the red giant forgets about TK and just starts running into the village because it is far more important. So, full throttle. The giant comes over to the village, and Glyph, you have a real high stealth, so I don't think it's going to see you.
Nice.
Nope.
It has disadvantage because I'm wearing the Cloak of Elvenkind.
I rolled a 5 anyways, so yeah.
Nice.
I'm not here.
You literally watch as it steps over you and just keeps running. The blue giant, however, understands that TK is still 100% a threat, so it is going to run into this farm. Kratok, I will give you an attack of opportunity as it is coming near you. If you'd like to do anything. If you'd like to remain hidden, that's okay.
Actually, I would rather just try to remain hidden for now.
Okay. TK, I know you got a high AC. What is it?
It is presently a 23.
All right. God damn it, 23.
Yeah. Well,
You
like
suck.
I've got my natural telekinesis armor. I've got the unarmored defense bonus. I've got like the fancy magical boots.
All right, so TK, this giant comes in and it swings this club down, crushing a number of these soon-to-be siphonites, and you manage to run and like dip out of the way. It's a little bit harder with this newfound size, as you're trying to get used to it. You're kind of like, you're a lot more lanky than you're used to. Your mushroom arm's a lot bigger, and then as you look back up, the club comes back your way, slamming right into your chest, lifting you off the ground. You stumble back a couple feet, and you take... Oh, I need D8. I understand you're still level 6, don't worry. You take 9 points of damage as it just clips you, and you go stumbling back a few feet. And the giant's looking down at you.
Wizard, goblin, orc. You and your wizard companions shall fall. You are not the first to come after the drop of life.
TK is just like, she's come to stop, and she's picking herself up, and she glares up at this giant and says, in giant, I am not here for the drop of life. I am here for Galdrul Thor.
Would you like to make a check with that?
Sure. What do you think?
I think intimidation, probably.
Be fine with that. That's probably my... Actually, could I go with persuasion? Believe it or not, I'm better at persuasion than intimidation.
That is surprising. Yeah. So you're trying. I guess you'd have to like add on to that, like I mean, take me to your chieftain or something like that.
Yeah, like I will either go through you to get to him, or you can take me there.
All right. Yeah. Persuasion's fine.
There's a 12. I'm not that good at persuasion. I've got a -1 in my charisma.
So the giant looks conflicted because what you're doing seems like it's a badass move. Definitely coming here, picking a fight with the chieftain, but at the same time, this giant has a job to stop you. So definitely the giant looks conflicted, to say the least. Glyph, you do notice that the giant chieftain is just standing pretty calm in the town square. We go for TK. Is there anything else you would like to do?
If he isn't moving out of the way, she's just going to sprint right past him.
All right. Okay. So this giant's going to try to take a swing at you. 23 AC. Nope. So it just drags this club along the dirt and mud and tilling it up, and then a few bodies go flying of Siphonites as they just sail off, and like a couple like dunking into the river, some of them just splatting against the fence posts that are set up. And TK, you go running. So we go.
How far do I make it there?
Yeah, that's good. Because you'd be moving 60 feet since you are now medium. We go from TK to Weary.
All right. Seeing as how, stuff is starting to get a little crazy, I hear like the trundling and stuff on the walls, right?
Yeah, you can definitely hear them like smashing inside the houses and everything.
I'm going to move closer and still kind of in the marsh area. I can see the boss, right?
Yes, from there you can.
Yeah. Is the boss giant wearing any metal? Oh wait, never mind. I don't have the spell slots.
You see that they are wearing like basically how the boss looks. So a lot of these giants, they're wearing just like some rags, like leaves, like things to make them blend in to the general environment of the warped woods. But the giant chieftain themselves, they're wearing like some large animal hides of creatures you're not quite sure what that is. Whatever it is has to be huge. They have this circlet of bones that go around their skull. In one hand, you see it's glowing this bright light green. And in the other hand, they're holding on to this wicked-looking axe.
Okay, so circle of bones with glowing hand and then wicked axe. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and... Does anybody need healing right now besides TK? Or is it just TK?
Okay, it's mostly fine.
It's mostly fine? Alright, I will save it then. I'm gonna go ahead and take out one of the vials, take the cork, down it, and use the jump alchemy stuff I got going on to increase my jump distance. I want to get onto the roof of this building.
All right.
I don't know if I can because I've kind of already moved my full movement, but I do at least want to be ready for it.
Okay, you moved your full movement like with a dash kind of thing?
Oh, well, it would take an action to use the jump spell, so.
Oh, okay. Then you next turn you would have to do your jump then.
That's fine. So I'll prepare that way, and then it was I don't have anybody nearby. Can I? Yeah. Well, I'm still like able to hide at the end of this turn because like of all the chaos, right?
Yes, you would have to hide because the blue giant otherwise would see you.
Oh, true. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead after downing the potion. I'm gonna trundle against probably some debris and stuff near the house, and go back to hiding. That is a 22. And then I'm gonna ready myself because I have an idea forming, but I don't know. The big giant has to be distracted for it to work.
So they got a 21. They did not see you. As they're looking around, they saw like movement near the bank, but they lost you whenever you were running. And then they're not sure if it was just an animal or if it was actually a person.
All right. Very excited to be able to hide at the end of the turn because of all the chaos. I'm going to stick around and be ready. Hopefully I can help against the big boss soon. So that's going to be my turn.
It goes to Glyph. Glyph, you have a giant beside you, and you know the blue giant is swinging at Glyph, and you see the chieftain is very calm, standing in the center of this village.
Okay. Can I see TK?
Yeah.
I probably heard
it throws you off
point.
too because she's 6 feet tall, so you have to do a double take, and then you realize it is indeed TK.
Yes. Who is this long orc? It doesn't thing where it's like superimposing it over like who people are, and then it matches up with TK.
It's CSI, like
Yeah.
zooming in.
Okay, I don't see anyone else. I do see TK. I'm going to keep hiding. Let's see, these right there. Could I? Oh, you said these are like giant buildings, right?
Yeah, so they are very high up.
So I was wondering if I could get on the roof too.
If
But
you
that would just have to be
spent
climb.
if you spent your full turn, you could try to get on the roof. But that would be your turn. It'd be a little easier for Weary because Weary has the jump spell going.
Let's jump. 20, 40, 60. I have to. My range isn't too good. Can I get like on this? Well, no. Shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get on the roof.
Okay. Roll me an athletics.
Athletics. That is a 17.
All right, so you are climbing up this roof, finding handholds here and there. They're using damn near full trunks, these trees to build this thing. So you are just climbing up these old growth trees as you are making your way to the roof. You clamber up top and kind of roll onto the top. It's very dirty up here. They never clean this. And you can see pretty much the whole battlefield from where you are. Make me a perception check.
Perception. Wow. I can't do math. That is a 16.
All right, so you are looking. You can make out Alora and Kratok. They're leaning against a boulder. You definitely see TK. You see the giants. You can hear giants inside these houses. It's only been like 6 seconds, so they're just starting to break furniture. You do not see Weary, though.
Okay. I kind of put together this must be a plan. And I'm going to cunning action hide again.
Okay.
Roof.
Getting into that thatch.
What?
You're getting into the thatch.
It's got to be aware of Trogdor.
Yeah, that's a friggin' 28, so I'm gone.
You just activate a rooftop procedure and become a tile. You are gone. So from Glyph, it goes to Alora. So
Where's
Alora,
gonna, like, land on me when they jump up here?
Oh no.
Will throwing things count as my full action?
what are you gonna throw?
Seeds?
Is it like
say shade?
like a spell that you're trying to do? If it's a spell, then yes. If you're
It's
just literally
both?
throwing seeds, then no.
It's a spell, but I need to throw seeds before I can cast it.
Okay, I'll let you cast that as like a part of it. That's fine.
Cool, screaming tomatoes. So,
Nice.
I'm just gonna be loud. I'm gonna take them out of like my little pouch, and as I toss them into the air, I'm like, "Crushing liberos meos," and it basically just translates to "grow my children" as I cast plant growth. And I'm tossing the seeds over into the farmland, trying to basically just make it really, really difficult. Sorry, TK, to move.
Oh, TK's out of the
Okay,
farm, so
sorry,
you're good.
well past the
Alright, cool.
farmland.
So you
Sorry, your long legs. I forgot.
throw these, and you can hear this. Oh, they didn't really. It wasn't very loud at all. What the hell? I want this scream. Never mind. It's not happening. I tried to do Wilhelm scream. Thanks, soundboard, for not helping me out.
I very faintly heard it.
There we go.
It is.
That's as loud as it's getting. I have it on 100%. So you throw these tomatoes. These mouths appear on the tomatoes as they scream while they're just hurtling through the air to their doom. They splatter onto the ground, and immediately these plants start ripping out. These large tomato plants. These other large screaming tomatoes are slapping into things, knocking into forming siphonites, equally screaming. This giant is looking around, incredibly confused.
And then as my bonus, I'm gonna pick up a couple of the pebbles that got knocked loose and do cast stones or magic stone. There we go.
So you have these on hand. You're getting ready as these tomato plants are growing like wild inside the farm because the ground's pretty fertile. And
TK just as she's running turns and points at the plants and just screams, "Behold my power!"
let's see. This giant has failed all their insight checks on everything. They're just staring at them. The giant is looking at all these plants.
What? What is this? Are you a wizard or are you druid?
You have everything.
So this giant is like trying to swing around, and it goes from Alora to Kritok.
All right, Kratok's going to keep up the psychological warfare with another message.
Bring your walls.
Literally.
This giant takes 30 points of just anxiety damage.
In a way, this is probably the most successful we've ever been in a combat.
It's true.
Amazingly.
Well, so now he's going to say to the blue giant, "I'm disappointed in you. You're distracted with all the stuff, and I slipped in, and you know what? I've already possessed your chieftain. It's too late."
Ooh.
A 21.
And a 1. You hear...
Throne Tour has fallen to their magic.
And it starts echoing out. These giants are just screaming. Glyph, you take a look over because you hear all these giants. You can recognize the name being said. You can't understand what else they're saying. You look over at the chieftain, and they're just kind of looking around, and they have like a little bit of a smirk on them.
Okay.
So Kritok, is there anything else you wanted to do?
You know what? I'm going to jump over the rock on this side and stay even further away from things.
Nice. So the giants
Keep mentally destroying this one giant.
this
Having
blue
a real bad day.
this blue giant's trying to leave the farm. There's so many tomatoes. They're all screaming. This giant is crashing these tomatoes. It is a weird game of Fruit Ninja. So this giant is just attacking things on the farm. Pretty much lost it. The red giant hears this, and let's see. Red giant is all in, and you watch, Glyph, as the red giant charges towards the chieftain, swinging their club, and it completely shatters. The giant goes everywhere. There's just worms that are just spraying in every direction. The drop of life disappears. The axe disappears. It's just worms. Worms all over the ground. And now I need everyone to make me perception checks.
The fuck was that?
Oh, this is worse than I thought.
The dirty 20.
Okay.
I got an 18.
All right.
I also got a dirty 20.
This was perception, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy, that is not horrible. I ended up getting a dirty 20.
Tell me what your tiefling eyes see.
It's
So
a
very filthy perception checks up in here.
yeah,
So much dirty.
Some real gnarly ones.
I got 23.
Filthy 20s.
You all see this because you all turn like, what's going on? You all have pretty good vantage points because you're all looking backwards as this hand of worms is forming up. Worms are just pouring out of the ground all at Alora's feet as it is surrounding Alora. These hands grab onto you. I will need you to make an athletics check.
You can eat my ass.
It's giant, mate.
No.
You said it was what?
An athletics check.
Athletics. Oh yeah, I'm not completely pathetic. Okay, I got an 18.
That was very musical.
18? Not enough, unfortunately. You were lifted up as Kratok, you see right near you, forming up, is the giant chieftain coming out of the ground. All these worms are just forming up. Let's move this chieftain here.
Look, we're
Oh, that's
fighting
not-
the godling of worms.
That's not fair.
It
Hey, they're
grabs.
high in protein. I'll eat it.
I spent so much time making my way over here to do something cool.
Yeah, I know, right?
I planned this before you all planned your thing.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Plan within plans.
So it picks you up as you're trying to get out of the way. These teeth are forming out of the worms as its face is coming back. The drop of life is clutched in its one fist. Its axe is on its back as the worms form to make the blade. And it lifts you up and bites down. Alora, you take... Any more dice?
No, you don't.
That's rude.
We're good.
All right. Alora, you take 22 points of damage
You whore.
as the giant just bites down, and it goes right across you as you feel these teeth sink into you, and it tries to pull, and then you're kind of squirming and stabbing and punching, and it opens up its mouth as it's now holding you out, and this blood is pouring out of you, and it looks at you and it smiles. These beady eyes are looking right at you.
So, the warped queen sends you my way. The husband tried that too.
And the giant smiles with your blood freshly painting its teeth. We go from the giant chieftains. The other giants are freaking out in the village. They're just shattering the hell out of it. This blue giant has basically succumbed to psychological warfare. And we go from those giants to TK. So TK, you skid on a dime. And you turn around, and there's the chieftain holding Alora.
Yep, TK is gonna kind of start sprinting right back, going a little bit around the farm there. He shouldn't want to get tangled up in all them screaming tomatoes. And just gonna thrust an arm out and fling a quick telekinetic blast.
All right, roll to hit.
Ooh, not great, but I'm hoping because giants are very big that this won't miss. That is a 13.
You blast this out, and it goes right past the giant, hitting the freshly ruptured rocks that just goes spraying everywhere. And the giant doesn't even turn its gaze towards you. It just seems very excited to be trying to eat Alora. And we go from the chieftain holding on to Alora, and then TK blasting out at this thing, to Weary.
Weary has completed the kind of alchemical transformation where their legs kind of do the turn into satyr type legs type thing. Boots stay on. It's more so they get like a weird back bend on their knees and it helps him jump further. And Weary immediately like skids and turns around and goes, okay. And Weary looks at the shield that has caused only problems so far, and wonders if this might be something we can do. The giant chieftain is like made of worms, right?
From what you're understanding.
Yeah, it's like worms, and then it's holding the thing of life, and then it's got like physical implements and clothes, but it can turn into worms.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It seems like even the clothes and physical implements, everything that it has on it, the weapons, all seem to be composed of worms.
Okay. So what I want to do, and you let me know if this is possible, I'm going to start running while I do this. I'm going to, and I don't care if this breaks the shield. The shield itself lets me unleash like little bits of other extra dimensional creatures, right?
Yep.
So safe to say that on the other side is some sort of prison for extra dimensional creatures.
Maybe.
Could I reverse the flow on the shield?
You want to drag in things?
I want to turn the shield into a I don't care if this breaks the shield and like seals the portal afterwards. I want to see if I can turn the shield in reverse. And because it's going to be worms, the odds of it being able to like keep itself together from like an extra dimensional portal might be a little easier for us. And then we can chop off the arm and keep the dew of life.
I am never one to stop people from being creative. So that sounds cool. Why don't you go ahead and roll me using your tools?
Cool. I'm going to use my intelligence. And do I have the thing that gives me expertise in tools right now? Do I have that? Yes, I am a level 6 artificer.
I see that someone redeemed a baddie getting disadvantage. Sorry, I can't see it right now, so I have Michelle helping me out. I don't know why it's not popping up on my chat thing, but cool. I will be using that soon.
So with expertise, that gives me... Oh god. An extra +6 to my int, which is already +4, so it's a +10, so 23.
So you start messing around with this shield, and once you're taking off pieces, there's definitely pieces that you're like, this is clearly a safety that was set on the shield so nothing bad happened. You rip that off. You see there's just a lot of parts that you have to remove from the shield itself. But after this last part goes and you power, you pick the shield up again, you feel the energy thrumming through it. It's immediately sucking things up. You see rocks are flying in, water's coming in. So you're holding on to this, but basically you have an unwieldy vortex on your arm.
Cool. I'm going to use my newly acquired jumping to clear the distance a little wider than I normally would be able to.
Okay.
And I kind of jump into the stream, and I look at TK, and I go, shield goes backwards now, sucks things in this time. It'll probably break after this, but if that thing gets too out of hand, it's going to go in the shield. You have to, or somebody has to, make sure we get the dew of life. So get ready to chop stuff up.
Weary, I need you to make me an acrobatics because it's pulling you whatever direction you're holding it.
That's not good. That's a 14.
All right, so you're holding on to it and keeping it away from being pointed at TK at the moment. So you were just taking a lot of the water, whatever creatures are in this area, bugs, and this shield is just sucking it up. So you are holding on to it, this piece of Nostradamus tech, and we go from Weary to Glyph. So Glyph, you see this chieftain is holding on to Allura and laughing.
And I'm being loud enough that hopefully Glyph hears the plan too. Like I don't.
Yeah, I probably heard that. But yeah, I'm just on the roof. Like I was so ready to have like cover fire for TK, and I just kind of do a 180 turn around. I'm like, okay. And I want to. And I should be able to do this if I counted right. Oh, but then I can't. Oh. Why did I get up here? I can't do this turn, but I want to move, and if I move right to the edge of the house, the worm giant should be 160 feet from me, and I can hit him with the bow.
Okay.
So I roll over there. I roll over there and I take sight, noticing strangely that I don't know how to use this bow. I don't have proficiency in longbows. Luckily, my dex is really high, so it's not too bad, but I'm just like, huh. Noted. And I will shoot him once and then see what I can do. That is so 16. That's 17.
17's a hit.
Okay. Ooh, and he's within 5 feet of people, so it's a sneak attack. Haha. So that is D8. That is 7 damage again. Plus 5, 4, 4, 8, 13.
So you fire this arrow off. It catches the giant chieftain in one of the shoulders. It looks down at it a little bit frustrated and then looks back at Alora. Alora, you can smell the breath off this, and it doesn't smell as bad as you think it was. It smells a lot of like churned dirt. Like just kind of like somebody was just doing gardening. You can hear it whispering.
The power I will gain from you will be immense.
And it's speaking to you in common. We go from Glyph to you, Alora.
Real quick, was there no way I could jump down after doing all that?
No, you did the movement and then you fired your bow. You shot your shot.
Oh, even if I like cunning action to dash?
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you make an acrobatics check.
Cool. Sorry, my neighbors are shooting fireworks. My fire alarm's going off in my kitchen. This
Is there a holiday or is it just an American?
It's just I live in Georgia.
like-
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like
They
6 months
probably
early.
had
don't
some
use them
leftover
all.
fireworks from New Year's.
Nice.
Because
That was
all the big tents that sell them on sale after New
Yeah.
Year's. So.
I don't know why my fire
Okay.
alarm's going off.
They're
I
so
think that's not
expensive
important.
here.
Anyway, I got an 18 on
Like
acrobatics.
smoke coming out from behind you, under your door, behind you.
All right, so Glyph, you jump off this building. You're using the building itself to help like slow fall. You're going Assassin's Creed style. You make it down to the ground. You didn't even have to land in any hay. You are looking now over at this giant, and like you have Weary and TK in your sights. Weary is wrestling a shield while it's sucking up everything. So Alora, what would you like to do?
I'm kind of ducking my head down and like turning it to where it's like my plant is like facing the mouth of it because I don't want to smell him.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm doing that, I'm casting poison spray through my succulent.
Nice.
I'm gonna try and like gas him out and like pesticide his ass.
All right. Is that a save they have to make, or is that an attack you make?
I believe it is a DC 12 check for con.
All right. They are rolling with disadvantage. Thanks to the audience for sending that in. Oh, yeah. With a 2 plus 6, they only got an 8.
Nice. And that means
Oh.
you take
I
1.
got better
2,
con than TK.
I mean, it is a giant.
Yeah. Fair,
You
I
get to
guess.
Okay, so it's just one. So yeah, you get to take 11 damage.
And it takes the
11
full
points.
because this is not physical attacks.
Okay.
So it goes to bite you, and you spray this poison in its mouth, like a quick air, mouth spray, and it just starts coughing and spewing. Worms are flying onto you as they're just like splattering on your face. You can smell blood. It's probably yours, as these worms are now crawling all over you in your hair. It doesn't really bother you because, you know, nature person. And it goes from Alora to Kratok. Kratok, you are looking up at a very, very tall giant.
Well, Kritok is going to take off into flight by stepping off of this rock. And he's going to try to do a flyby and just yoink the drop of life.
Oh.
I guess he's gonna end up just here, I think.
I will be very fair with this. This will be difficult to do.
All right, I'm not afraid to use that inspiration.
All right.
I believe in you.
All right, so roll me, I guess, a sleight of hand? You're trying to take it out of their hands?
Okay. We're going to use that inspiration.
Alrighty. You're going to need it.
That is a 22 altogether.
I got a 26.
Oh, fuck.
You are fighting a giant strength, as it's holding on to something.
I needed a nat 20 to beat that.
You are close. You rip off its pinky as just worms go raining down onto the ground, but still the rest of the fingers are holding on to this light, and the light is blazing. Alora, you are feeling a very intense, uncomfortable sensation in your hand that has a burned handprint on it. You haven't felt anything from this since when you were in Geldspar. And now, suddenly you're watching, at the moment, you don't have control of that arm. So your hand burns, and then now your arm is acting on its own. So from Kritok ripping off the giant's pinky, trying to get that, we go to the Monstar's turn. Other giant, let's see if he can pass a fear save from being psychologically tormented by Kritok. No. You hear the rest of the giants now back in the village. There is a lot that are starting to appear out of the houses. They are wondering what the hell's going on. They're starting to scour around the houses trying to find someone, as they are pretty finished ruining their houses themselves. The giant chieftain looks a little annoyed at Kritok, but it's very set on its mission, and it is going to do 2 attacks. So the first attack, it is trying to bite Alora. So Alora, what is your AC?
16.
All right. And Kritok, what is your AC?
14.
Okay. All right. So Alora, this giant bites down on you once more. It is fun. It is what all the kids are talking about. So you take 14 points of damage.
Ow.
Kritok, this giant, it reaches for its axe, and you watch as the axe almost melts and then forms again in its hand as it offhand swings the axe towards you in the air. And, oh fuck, you take 22 points of damage as this axe connects with you, and you are just a rocket as you are going sailing. So you are actually, make me an athletics check, because you can try to fight this to not go flying, if you'd like. Unless you want to go with it, you can. Because it's pushing you 2 squares over.
I got a 14.
All right, you handle it well. So you don't go flying. You manage to catch yourself in the air, but it hurt. That was not a fun feel. Trying to swing the axe at you ended up catching you with the flat of the blade and just connecting with you while you're flying. We go from this giant's turn, and Alora, you now feel a lot of these worms are crawling all over you. They're almost covering you, and your other hand is, you look down and you see it is scratching some sort of strange inscription on this giant's, the part of its hand, just between the thumb and the forefinger. Roll me an Arcana check.
I have the numbers. Dirty 20.
Whatever it is, it's trying to use this giant's hand as spell components.
That's gross.
So you see your hand doing this. It is burning. You see there's almost like a split on top of your hand now. And you're staring horrified at that. And it goes to TK. You're muted.
Muted because a cop was driving by. So as TK is running, she's starting to feel that burning in the center of her chest from her unearthly rage, and she holds up a hand behind her, hoping that Glyph is somewhere back there listening, because she still hasn't technically really noticed any Glyph stuff. Like, it's hard to spot an arrow hitting a mass of worms. So she's just holding her hand up behind her, just kind of holding a big telekinetic bubble around it to catch something, and she just screams, "Glyph, Darkblade now!"
Ooh.
And I'm going to hold my action until I get that. If I get that. That's up to Glyph.
Glyph, you hear so much rambling. Just along the lines of, "Oh, fuck yes. Yes. All right. Yeah. Finally. Make me into a great sword. Yeah, let's do this."
Your expertise is required. Do your thing, Darkblade, and I will, using,
Well,
I don't know, telemetry and trigonomics, I'll know exactly how far and fast to throw it for TK to catch it.
all right. So
The correct word is yeet.
Yeet to yeet it.
that is the scientific terminology.
The scientific word is yeet.
First, we will start with Weary. Weary, you are just in this water. It is pouring past you. The shield is just draining the water from one side.
All right, I'm gonna do another big old leap. And here's the thing, because I need to know what we decided on this. I don't remember the specific house rule. Can I cast a bonus action and regular action spell on the same turn, or does one have to be a cantrip?
No, that makes sense. If it's a bonus action, it's a bonus action.
All right, cool. I'm gonna shoot a healing dart. It's not even a dart. It's just a like a clay bottle, like full of dirt. That I throw at Alora for a healing word.
Just fucking smash it on Alora's head.
Yeah, it's just like you get a bunch of nice dirt on you.
I love it.
And that's gonna be D4 plus 4 plus my bonus for using my alchemy kit for stuff. And that bonus is extra plus 4. So that's a D4 plus 8. Let's see.
Heal me, heal me, heal me.
All right, so that is 12 points of healing.
So it's like candy glass just shattering on you as suddenly this dirt just starts glowing and you feel some of your wounds sealing up.
All right, and then I take out an old favorite, something I haven't used since our race back in Divinarium, because if there's one thing I know, it's that it's really hard to stick a bunch of things together when they're covered in grease. So while I hold out the shield, I take out my arm cannon and like a mortar shoot out a new vial, this one containing the handy dandy spell Grease. And I'm trying to coat the giant in grease so that the worms can't stick together anymore.
So
That's a greasy worm.
is that
that is a
dexterity
dex saving throw? Yeah.
all right.
Now they're more gross.
Fair.
I'm gonna need a bath.
I want them to unstick. That's what I need.
All right, I got a 13.
Okay, I have a 15 to beat, so it's all like fluid movements because Weary's kind of gotten into the zone at this point of like rapid fire terrible science. Just throwing the dirt jar and then loading the vial with the grease, shooting it like a mortar. It lands, splashes on the giant, gets on Alora too, unfortunately. And Weary takes to one knee and drops the shield down in front of themselves, and just like whatever throttle they were holding to like hitch the like sucking motion of the shield, they just let go of, and the shield just like starts to shake as it like starts to consume worm.
So, okay, are you holding on to the shield?
I'm holding it in place so that it's facing the giant.
All right, I will need another. Okay, if you're just holding it, I would say athletics.
Cool. Oh man, I didn't get to activate my giant thing, or not giant thing, my dragon thing. That's okay because I got I actually have a bonus to athletics. I forgot. I got a 19.
All right, so here's what happens. You just start hosing down with grease after Laura gets dirt thrown all over them. You see this giant start to ripple a little bit as it's looking over. It looks at Laura, narrows its eyes, and just worms start pouring out in different directions as they're hitting on the ground. Some of them are going into the ground. Some of them are just clinging to you, Alora, as you're like, it almost looks like you're Alora, but you're wearing a worm suit. As you are falling down to the ground, and you see this spell is starting to light up that your other hand is casting, and some of the worms are indeed being sucked up by this shield as it's rattling. You feel it. Weary, you can hear the screams of other creatures on the other side of this shield as they see something, and they're all trying to get to it. So you are holding on to this, and it is taking just everything that you have at the moment to hold on to that shield. And
I'm hunkering down. Like that's all I can do right now.
Kritok, you're starting to fly pretty hard as you are right where the giant was, and you're trying not to get sucked into this. Right now you're okay, but when it comes to your turn, we'll have to make a check for that. Alora, you are falling. I need you to make me an acrobatics check. Or, I'm sorry, dexterity saving throw.
30-20!
Hey! Alright, you're taking half damage.
God.
It's fine. You got healing. You're fine.
It's better than full damage. So you're only taking 7 points of damage. So you were held up at about 30 feet, and suddenly, boom, and you're falling. Worm Alora, as you are sailing down, this light is lighting up. You're watching a bunch of these worms just light on fire. As you see, your hand now is like you hit the ground, the air leaves your lungs, the worms fly up a bit, fall back down, unfortunately, gravity, and your hand starts splitting open, much like when you had this happen before when you were with TK. But now, unfortunately, everyone sees it. Your hand is splitting open, and another full arm is reaching through it. That is currently where you're at. You can still act, you can still move, you can still use all your magic. It is just not great.
Is the worm conscious still attached to me?
A portion of it.
I'm seeing this as like Oogie Boogie kind of worm monster. And
yeah.
So
think of it like they're all plastered all over you. They're trying to dig into your skin. Like they're trying to get at you. Your skin is tough though. You have a lot of bark all over you. So it's very difficult for them to get in. And you now have this split happening where this moon friend is trying to vacate the premises, and you are looking, and it's think of it like it's like a sea of worms. It's like at least around 2 feet high. There's just worms everywhere, and they're quickly being sucked up by Weary, just straining this. Like you see a vein in their forehead as they're holding onto this shield. Worms are going flying into it. Some worms are digging into the ground already. That is basically where you're at, and you feel yourself slowly, very slowly, being pulled towards the shield.
Okay, as I slam into the ground, I just scream because ow, and in that scream I end up calling lightning again.
Nice.
But it strikes me.
Ooh, I see what you're doing. Okay, for sure. You know what? Nothing has to be rolled here, just the damage. So go ahead and roll me 3d10.
Yep. It don't matter. I'm probably gonna be dead anyway. Yep. On the first one. All right. 7 plus 4 is 11 plus 10 is 21, and I'm out.
So this lightning just starts striking down on Alora, frying all the worms off of them. They like basically clears a circle around them, just a fried worm. And Alora, your arm it's still moving, something's still trying to vacate, but you see, like, as you're looking over at Weary's eyes are wide, Gratok's flying like mad right above you, looking down. TK is standing there, like, just holding open her hand. And, oh shit, did I mess up the order? I did, my bad. And you see as the darkness starts to set in, sorry, we go to Glyph.
Yes, I want to run up my movement and throw the dark blade to TK, and then would that count? What is that called? Is that like a help or?
Yeah, that'd be a help
Okay,
action.
can I attack after that, or is that my?
Generally, a help action is your action, but you could still move if you want to get closer.
Okay, because if I hoping she can catch it, if I throw it as an attack, I can throw another one.
Hey, yeah, do it.
So, good luck. I hope you catch it.
TK, I did specify that TK had a telekinetic bubble out,
Yes, you've
like
got your
around her
bubble
hand for
out.
the
Okay,
purposes
yeah.
of
So-
catching.
I'll give TK advantage on catching this.
Okay. What do I roll?
What am I rolling for?
Yeah,
what do we roll?
Just raw dex?
So roll.
Or I guess con.
So Glyph, roll an attack. The DC will just be 14, as you're not trying to hurt TK. You're just
No,
trying
no,
to get
no.
to TK. And TK, roll me a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Ooh.
Next time you make a system, you gotta include a yeet roll.
I really do.
Roll to yeet.
We've yeeted many things in this campaign.
That's
and we will
fair.
not stop.
And we've blown up many things. You just blew up a worm giant.
Yeah.
So that'd be a 15.
You
All
know,
right.
This is really. Oh, go ahead.
I got exactly a 14.
So Darkblade is sailing, transforming. TK, you immediately feel a connection, but you feel Darkblade is coming in fast and is shifting. The weight is different. You're kind of anticipating for a dagger, but Darkblade is shifting to something much larger. What in TK's unconscious part of their mind, what do they want to use right now?
She wants something big and heavy and just generally destructive.
So you have this this great sword forming in the air. You reach out, you connect. It's the first time that you're really holding Darkblade with your hands. You feel this ripple go over you. What does TK's void armor look like?
She doesn't necessarily have any. What happens is that a bunch of obsidian shoots up out of the ground and starts floating around her.
So the light is almost being absorbed by you. Your eyes are glowing bright as you're raging this void energy. The obsidian is circling. You're lifting off the ground as you're holding on to this greatsword.
So, real quick, the thing with her eye is her eye goes black, and then a slit opens up in her scar, and then that one opens up.
So there's just this.
Her socket was.
It's like this white flame is just like echoing off of this silhouette of TK. As you are looking at these worms, you feel this impossible power just coursing through your body. Darkblade screaming for just to shred what is left of all of these giants.
Yeah, like essentially as soon as it hits her hand, she is just following through with the throw that she is blasting just all of her brain beef behind.
All right.
to launch it directly into the middle of the remaining pile of worms.
Roll me a ranged attack. Don't roll low.
I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'm gonna make that a since I am raging right now, I'm gonna make that a reckless attack if I can.
Yep.
Because I just rolled a 1.
Oh fuck, I wanted that.
It should be too exposed in the pot.
That
too.
is much better. I rolled an 18, so I'm assuming I'm going off of my telekinetic ability here. Yeah, so that would be a 26.
You hurl this great sword. The void energy just explodes around you, creating this almost crater where you're at. Pieces of the wood go flying that make up the fence. This greatsword goes sailing. This energy is crackling around it. It hits into these worms. An explosion of worms goes everywhere, and as they lift up, they no longer have grip, so they get sucked into Weary's shield. And so this greatsword just slams down. There was a hand that was sticking up, slowly turning into worms, that was holding onto the drop of life. It explodes. The drop of life goes sailing into the air, as now it's slowly falling and moving towards Weary's shield. And from there we go to the creature. All right.
I think I got skipped here.
Oh, did I skip you? No. Oh, that was
think
Glyph.
so.
So TK was holding her action. That's why TK went. So TK's turn basically got skipped. So that was Glyph. So Glyph threw the great sword to TK. TK went from a held action. And then it'll be the creature, and then it goes to you, Kritok. Right after. The creature is Alora's initiative. Did I mess that up? Oh, no, you know what?
To me, okay.
You are right. No, because I messed up the initiative. So, Kritok, it is your turn. You are right.
All right. Well, so Weary's shield is still sucking.
Mm-hmm.
Is the drop of life like near me, or is that like between me and the shield?
It is near you, for sure, because you were actually just trying to dive towards it. So you are the closest person to it. I do need an athletics check as the shield is trying to suck you in.
Right. I don't know if this would kind of be combined, but Kratok's going to try to grab the drop of life.
Yeah, I'll let you combine it.
Okay. That is a 16.
Kratok, you are pushing it and sailing through this air. The worms are flying against you. Giants are screaming in the background, all suddenly becoming aware of what's happening and running towards everyone who's there. So now there is a horde of giants just to the south of you. Kratok, you dive through the air. You grab on to this drop of life. Energy courses through you, bringing you to full hit points. You suddenly just see everything differently. You are looking at Alora. Alora is two beings. There is some sort of undead monstrosity that is ripping its way out of Alora's form. Alora is dying. You look over at TK. TK seems to have strange black energy flowing, intertwining, and you see sparks of another life that are floating around inside and outside of TK as well. Something different. You look over at Glyph, and you see the pieces of just metal, but you also see a strange energy that is cycling around Glyph, which you're assuming is the soul that is inside the machine. You see Weary. Weary has all this energy just ripping into this shield. There's a lot of life force behind that portal, and you can see like Weary is probably the most normal out of all the life forms you're looking at. There is a strange glow from a bottle on their hip, and you're looking at the giants. There's tons of tiny pinpricks of life energy that are just everywhere. You are being overwhelmed with information, but you were exhausted. You were pushing your muscles. You were flying hard. You are no longer tired. It's almost like you just woke up. You're fully rested. You are good to go. All your spells are recharged.
Yeah.
So right now, if you'd like to move, you can.
Yeah, Kurtak's just going to kind of barrel roll out of the stream of the shield
Okay.
suckage. I'll probably go like this way over the river.
So you see Kurtak is glowing this brilliant green. The highlights on Kurtak's feathers are just lit up. Kurtak's eyes are shining as Kurtak's talons, he's holding on to this drop of life. And from Kurtak, we see just the worms are now just spasming, and they're forming up, trying to chase after Kurtak in this tidal wave. The giant now is done dealing with the psychological warfare of this tomato patch and rushes towards TK, the extreme ultimate sorcerer, and goes to swing. That is one hit and one miss. So TK, you take 20 points of damage. It's non-magical, so it's half from your rage.
Yep.
So
that is already halved.
Yeah. No, 10 is half. Don't worry.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you're good.
Ooh,
So you take 10 points of damage in general since it was 20, and you feel like this club just slam into your back as you right yourself up. This tidal wave of worms is coming across towards Kurtak. Kurtak needed a dexterity saving throw.
On big money. That's a 15.
So you are flapping like mad. The wave of worms comes up. It brushes your talons and dives back down. And a portion of them, in turn, are moving towards Weary and the shield, but a lot of them are getting sucked up. So Weary, what is your AC as they are just trying to slam you?
my AC. I'm gonna take the shield off of the AC right now since I'm not really using it for its intended purpose.
That's
it
true.
Would just be 15. And also, I am terrified of the fact that there is a whole village of giants behind us, but that's a future problem, I guess.
All right, so this is less damage because it's just a worm pile. You take 14 points of damage, Weary, as the worms hit into your side, but some of them are getting sucked up. The giants are now all moving forward. They move their full action, so they are coming up behind you, Glyph, but they can't move they can't hit you yet. The Siphonite's still down there. It's not interested in this. And we go from those creatures to, we see Alora's arm. Just going to hold this up. It'll be TK right after, but we see Alora's arm. Oh, right. I have to explain this. I'm getting real excited about this moment. I've thought about this moment for weeks. So when I hold this up, this means body horror is about to get rough. So when I bring this back down, that means the body horror is over and I'll give you a TLDR that's a bit safer. But while I hold this up, it means I'm going to go into pretty rough details. So if you want to mute, take your headphones off, whatever you need to do, I'll give you a couple seconds to do that. All right. So we watch Alora's arm peels backwards. You watch as strips come in each direction as one arm pulls itself out. Then we see a head without a face. Then we see like this long flowing black hair, this beautiful gown as this other arm reaches out, pulls itself out. This tall being, maybe 9-10 feet tall, is now standing. They pulled themselves out of Alora's arm socket as Alora's arm is starting to form back up to normal. And the symbol on Alora's hand is fading. A lot of worms are just dispersing. This being is covered in just bits of blood and matter. So a very tall moon being, the long flowing hair, beautiful clothing, no face, gray skin, pulled itself out of Alora. Alora's arm went back to normal. And they are now towering over all these worms. They let out a shriek and start running for Katak. So we have a horde of giants to the south of the Randos, TK in this void form, Weary desperately holding a shield, Kratok flowing with the truest piece of creation, that exists on this planet, and Alora, bleeding out as an undead demigod, stands over their form. And that's what we're going to call it.
This was supposed to be a simple smash and grab.
I did the grab part.
Yeah, I did the smash part.
We go from this scene, we sail through the forest. We go to a safe house that the Randos passed by what seems like months ago. And inside this safe house, we see Kyle, Lord Kyle. We see a very nervous assistant. We see a sarcophagus chained behind Kyle. We see horse person. We see Greta. We also see a number of very confused wardens. Meg, if you would like to take on the role of nervous intern. Essentially what happened is you rushed into this safe house being chased by giants with Lord Kyle and the sarcophagus, and you are unsure what's happening or why all these weird poor people are in here. And you have a crossbow out pointed at one person. Lord Kyle has 2 pistols pointed at people. Horse person has a large cannon that they're holding on to. And just like everyone has weapons out and they're all looking at each other. Lord Kyle is staring over at you, Alora. Intern! I want this cabin to myself!
Sire, I don't think we're supposed to be here. It seems that there were people that rented the cabin out before us.
Right, but I have more money. I'll just pay for the cabin. We'll buy the cabin. Leave.
I don't think they want you to pay in money if we stay here.
You hear the sounds of the giants howling outside the cabin. Horseperson turns this cannon towards Lord Kyle. Get the hell out of here right now! As they're shaking this cannon, and they themselves are terrified. Lord Kyle's like, oh, it talked to me! No! Ugh. I feel like I'm losing money being in here.
You have no right to talk to my Lord Kyle like that. Please stop.
Yeah, listen to my intern.
We only want to stay here, to rest here. We mean no harm.
The wardens are looking around these plumerians that are ravens, crows, other birds of prey. They're staring at everyone going, what the hell's happening? Why are all of you here? The roads are supposed to be closed. And Greta turns, other pistols towards the wardens, and then confused turns them back towards Lord Kyle and the nervous intern. We're chasing after people. Randos. No, they're known as Randos. Everyone's a rando as they're holding their weapons. Lord Kyle's like, gross! I don't want to be around randos. Wait, no, I do. Who are the randos?
Sire, I don't think that these are the people you want to try and be around, surround yourself with.
True. Their smell is disgusting. Not one of them even has a hint of the finest teas of the land. It's like they all drink puddle water or something. Gross. I haven't drank water in years. Get away from me.
We will discuss your personal care matters later. Why don't we try and find another cabin elsewhere over, I don't know, Lucas, where's a better place besides here?
There is no other place. There are numerous giants outside this cabin, but the cabin itself is warded, so they can't get in.
Well, somewhere far away. I'm sure if we're very, very quiet, the giants outside will never know that we were over here. We can be sneaky.
True, giants are very stupid. They live for so long they become dumb. That's how it works. That's what I'm saying, and my words are final. My mother would agree with me. And they point their guns at everyone. Everyone's pointing guns. They keep shifting targets. And Greta's finally like, this is stupid. This is dumb. What are we doing? There's giants out there. We're gonna lower our guns. you lower yours.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
All right. Seems they can learn.
Well, my boss and I must we have to stay here for the night at least. It's far too dangerous for any of us to really leave. Why my lord, I know it's not ideal. Is there a bed in this cabin?
There are a few.
Okay. My lord, why don't you go claim a bed, and then I will sleep down next to you to make sure nobody harms you as you sleep.
All right, I shall go spray it with the finest rose oils. Leave me in peace. As Lord Kyle quickly rushes over and begins spritzing a little bottle, the sarcophagus keeps rattling behind, and Lord Kyle looks over. Titus, shut up! I don't care that you're in there! Stop being a fool! And the lock breaks as it starts to open. Shit! And that's where we end with those.
All the cliffhangers today.
Woo! So, did you all have fun today?
I
No.
have no fucking idea what's happening.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
I do.
You know what? That is fine with TK. She's in a dark blade fueled rage right now, so she's just gonna be massacring.
I want each person to hold the dark blade so I can see what their void armor looks like. That's just my my thing that I'm doing.
Hot potato.
I have been waiting to pull the being out of Alora's hand for a while, and now I'm very excited that they're finally free. This is a season in the making.
I'm not here for the Queen Serenity, like, gross vibes.
Very gross.
Well, you know, everyone has a moment in their life where they have something rip out of their arm, and then their arm just comes back together.
Oh, yeah.
It's a part of growth.
That old chestnut.
Yeah, it's your first part-time job.
It's just like that.
Yeah. That's why, you know, the rich don't understand. So we have an army of giants just below you. We have a pile of worms that are being consumed by Weary, and a new undead demigod, while Kurtak is in a very elevated state. I'm very happy with where we left off.
This is the right kind of high as compared to the eye drops.
Oh man.
Yeah, no,
You're
this
never
is
gonna let that one go, huh?
this is the power high. This is you holding out your hand and lightning's crackling from it while you scream ultimate power.
I
Like
tried to microdose, but I just ended up doing regular drugs.
this is this went way different. Eve actually asked to have a one-on-one with the chieftain, which I was gonna allow.
What's my plan?
I was gonna allow
What's the
that.
plan?
But he was worms.
He was
that would've-
worms.
That would have been like 1-on-1 million, basically.
I was actually very
To
excited.
be fair, we were going to cheat and have a bunch
Oh,
of
yeah,
people
we were all
helping me
gonna
out
cheat.
too.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess
That
all's
was
fair.
the goal. Was
It's
100%. I was going 101, but I was going to cheat like hell.
We were gonna cheat nonstop.
Welcome to Rising Nyarlathotep, where we tell you if you have the opportunity to cheat, just go for it. I mean,
Just
Yeah.
go for it.
fuck it.
Absolutely.
If
You
there's
know-
no
Cheating
downsides,
is
just
for
do it.
winners.
You know who loses in life? People who play by the rules.
Interns?
Yeah, those are people who are playing by the rules. Don't play by the rules.
Yeah.
Steal someone's ID, become them, earn their pay. That you know.
Yeah, go poop
Not
on
Because
play.
that's
company.
identity. Yeah.
Poop on
Company.
company time. They can't stop you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Shit at work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steal thing.
yeah,
That's a shirt we need. Shit at work.
and steal things.
Yeah, and steal things.
I would never promote a crime except for all the times that I have promoted a crime.
Let's not call them crimes. Let's call them extracurricular
That's
activities.
fair pay.
Yeah.
Extracurricular fair pay.
Yeah, we're
Video
just
game.
we're averaging out the equation. That's all we're doing here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us today on this wild adventure. This is a battle that I have had immense fun with and have been planning for far too long. But we can go around the table. Anything you want to recommend, do a shout out for, anything like that. So just to recap, my name is Lucas. Hello. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me. I run the Ballad of the Seven Dice Twitter. That's ballad, the number 7, and then dice. But our raffle that we're going to be doing is the Strixhaven raffle. You can win the entire adventure and like book, everything to use on Roll20. All the maps are already loaded for you. You don't have to do any work. All you have to do is read the book and you're ready to go. So just show up next session, type in the chat, type along, have fun, watch the next session while we have a wild battle on Tuesday. You will be entered into the raffle. Make sure you're following us on Twitch. I assume if you're watching right now, you already are. I'll be posting about it on our social medias and spreading the word all week. So try to get lots of people to hear about this, and then they get to enjoy some Rise combat, because we always have a wild time breaking magic items and bending the rules of this very rule-driven game.
I'm fully ready to break every single magic item I ever buy to do something neat with it, or die, I guess.
100%. That's what we're here for. So the raffle will be happening next session. Stay until the end of the session, because I'm going to need to contact you, find a way or something. So we'll work that out. I'll have you message me. But I think you could do like whispers on Twitch. So I will send a whisper out. So next session, come, show up, type in the chat, follow us on Twitch. You're entered into the raffle. Rad as hell. My thing that I want to promote today is go check out the lovely Craftians. They just started up again after their holiday break, and it was a fantastic episode. There's skin suits, outer gods. Oh my. I had a blast listening to it, and I love that I helped contribute, adding a person from sales, their own skin, into the equation. I'm just glad I could be here to do my part for the community. So check out the lovely Craftians. Drop them one of those Spotify reviews. It's super easy. All you have to do is listen, click, add the stars on your phone. You don't even have to type anything. No social interaction required. Just stars. Alrighty. I'll pass the torch on to Ian.
I do also want to remind you, if you're a Spotify listener, you do at least have to listen to one episode of the thing before it will let you actually rate it. It's
30 seconds, actually. I found out.
Oh, yeah. Cool. So you just gotta you have to like blink, I guess, a couple of times and then rate it. Just make sure it's on play. Otherwise, it will not let you do that. That's right. You can be a fake fan and still like our stuff. We are totally for it. I don't gatekeep here. I will gatekeep very specific things, but not you rating our podcasts. I'm actually, I have been Ian, pronouns he, they, playing Weary, pronouns they, them. I'm really excited because today I was accompanied by little miniatures of Weary from season 1 and a slightly smaller miniature of Weary with season 2. You can actually, it's hard to see in the camera, but you can see that Weary season 2 has the haircut like the Major from Ghost in the Shell, because that's what it looks like underneath the shawl that was burned away over the nuke. So that's a fun little detail tidbit. But aside from that, I'm recommending our lovely cast member from, oh my God, what's the name of the show I run? Nostradamus Corp Gradient Descent. Xander's new podcast that is upcoming. It is called Sailing All Blue Podcast. So if you look up Sailing All Blue Podcast, you will find it. It's got a picture of the hat from the anime where the guy is on the boat, but he can't swim, but he's stretchy. That's what actually the podcast is about. It is basically Xander is getting his friend to read One Piece, and then like has like it's like a book report sort of situation, and they talk about it. So I'm excited to give it a listen because I have no knowledge about One Piece whatsoever. And this might convince me to actually read it, because everyone that does read it is like, oh yeah, it's like a nightmare hole of content that you'll never get out of, but it's really fun. So maybe this will be the thing that tips me over, but maybe it'll be that for you too. So check out Sailing All Blue Podcast on Twitter for when the release stuff is going to happen. And that is run by Xander from our Nostradamus Corp game.
Hell yeah. And the theme song, I heard it. It's bitchin'. So
nice.
Meg.
Hey, I am Meg. You can find me on Twitter at Narnia's Pants. I can finally do this ending spiel that I keep trying to do every time we start a game. I'm dead now, so that's great.
You're not dead. You're just unconscious and bleeding on the ground.
I mean, if you did the math, I have like negative 14 health. So potato. Anyway, ow is what I'm trying to say. You can find me alive in a thing that Lucas gets to record soon. I don't know if I could mention it or not.
Yeah, for sure.
Have me sign a not a DNR. What is it?
NDA.
Thank you. I haven't signed that, so we're good. I'm exhausted. We start school again tomorrow, and I have to deal with children. I'm tired. We had 2 days of prep this week. It's exhausting already. Anyway, besides, keep an eye on our Twitter and stuff for when Lucas starts rambling about the new thing he gets to do. And me. You can find me on Twitter at Narnia's Pants, where I screech about being an educator again because we're back in school. Please stay safe. Omicron sucks. Been there, had that. Not about it. It thankfully for me was just a head cold because I was vaccinated. Get vaxxed, get boosted, stay the fuck home if you can. Yeah. Sponsor our Patreon. Come drop into the Discord where I'm trying to convince Lucas to change Rise of Nyarlathotep talk to Tep Talk because I like puns, and help fund stuff for my classroom. I got to kind of reorganize and completely switch it around before we came back this week, which is also why I'm exhausted. Moving an entire classroom around sucks. But I realized I could always use more stuff. So help me grow my book library and stuff for my kids to read during centers. Help me decorate my classroom and get more instruments and all that fun stuff in my link tree. If you don't want to buy the things for me from Daddy Bezos, you can always send me the money on Ko-fi and I will do it myself. So thank you.
Awesome. Jess.
Yeah, I'm Jess. I'm art_fantastical on social media, on Twitter and Instagram. If you like our show and our characters, I have a lot of fan art or just art of our characters on my Instagram. More to come. More in the pipeline, always, forever. Yeah, you ever make up just like random backstory things and then they show up? It's great. I'm not concerned at all about next week. I don't have anything to plug. Stay indoors. Take care of yourselves. buy Meg some books for the children. Do it. You know you want to. And get your booster shot.
Eve.
Hello, you can find me at Copper Harpy on the Twitter. That is Copper is in the middle, Harpy is in the bird monster. I don't really personally have anything else to promote, but donate to the Save Alora Fund because I don't think any of us have any potions and nobody has any spell slots. And the only person they can heal right now and isn't running away from monsters is Weary, and Weary doesn't have any.
I can
Magics.
use medicine checks. I'm just also stuck holding down a vacuum shield.
Just shove,
so I don't know
shove
how
it
much I
into the
can
dirt.
move. That sounds bad.
You should.
That sounds like a
Push
bad
it face
time.
down, and
guess
then,
I'll have
then
to.
it'll just suck up dirt and slowly bury itself.
I mean,
no.
someone is literally holding something called the drop of life. There is that.
Yeah,
That might help.
he's running away.
Yeah, we're watching it happen.
Like a dead demigod wants to eat it or whatever.
Oh, because it wants to live. It wants to be a live demigod.
Yeah. So
TK can't let that happen. She promised to put the demigods to rest. So she'll probably have to murder this demigod, murder a bunch of giants, and then sprint away and keep murdering because I don't know if she's going to be able to put down Darkblade. We'll find out. Woo!
Jason.
Hello, I'm Jason. Jason_42 here and on Twitter. Yeah, Katak only used cantrips that whole time, just FYI. So I got all my spell slots to begin with. And
Well,
I got like
hey.
double spell slots according to Lucas. No,
Well, no.
Yeah, so there's some heals to go around, so don't worry, audience. I'm going to respect Alora's DNR. Meg signed an NDA, but Alora signed a DNR. Just so we're clear there. Anyways,
It's situational. I said wait until, but yes.
do not open until next Christmas. Anyways, yeah, just thanks for coming out, everyone. Hope we had a good time.
So remember to show up. Come on the raffles next Tuesday, 7 days from now. That's how the calendar works. We'll see you then. Get ready for some sweet prizes and wild battles. Until next time, everyone. Bye now.